Work on the Durham York Energy Centre is getting underway. The general contractor for the design-build project will be on site in February. The region has drilled 4 Sentry wells to track groundwater quality at the site as required in our environmental monitoring system, and Clarington has issued us a foundation permit. Expansion of the waste diversion continues, and in 2012, the region will introduce to the residents across Durham region collection for bathroom porcelain and electronics. Last fall, the Recycling Council of Ontario recognized Durham region as a Platinum Award Waste Minimization and Diversion winner. Now, I know a lot of people in this room think that recycling is not going to happen with the energy from waste facility, but I can assure you that awards like the one we got last year by the Recycling Council is rare, to say the least. It's an award that's been around for some 25 years, and it's only been given out to 3 or 4 municipalities. In 2011, the Durham Region Roundtable on Climate Change worked with municipal partners to find ways to implement Phase 2 of the Local Action Plan. Regional Council decided to forge ahead with one initiative right away, and it's the Durham Partners in Project Green. This program will help local businesses pursue opportunities in the green economy. This year, the Roundtable will finalize the implementation steps for the local climate change action plan and seek Regional Council's approval. Corporately, the region is improving energy efficiency and seeking more ways to use renewable energy sources. Last year, the region of Durham unveiled our first project with 50 rooftop solar panels on a Durham region local housing building being built in Whitby. The daily work of many regional departments like clerks, corporate services, and finance occurs mostly behind the scenes, but it is critical, and it produces results like the accessible website that is used by many, many residents, and more importantly, especially the municipalities like Clarington, Durham Region's AAA. When you consider that the province is under a watch, when you consider that the U.S. lost their AAA credit rating, and when you see what's happening in Durham, you can appreciate how fortunate you are to live in Durham. Departments like the police and health are more visible, with programs like the Think and Drive campaign, the Dine Safe, and EMS. And in 2012, the design and tender documents for the new Clarington Police Complex will be prepared, with construction likely to begin in 2013 with completion by 2014. Our social services departments assist residents facing job loss and family problems. And last year, they handled Ontario work caseloads, which peaked at above 10,000 in July, an increase of some 4,000 cases in 5 years. The numbers fell slightly last fall. Hopefully, they will continue to climb throughout 2012. And the region's long-term care homes are all now nationally accredited and consistently achieve high satisfaction ratings from the residents and, more importantly, the families that visit them. In 2011, we received approval to rebuild Fairview Lodge in Whitby, and the planning and the design for this new facility is underway. And last year, our social housing portfolio gained 128 new units, which are now occupied. Another 171 units are under construction for a total of 299. This is great news, ladies and gentlemen, but you all know in this room that the waiting lists are still long, and a lack of reserve funds for capital repairs is ongoing. In addition, the province passed a new Housing Services Act, which imposes on the region of Durham and housing providers a new responsibility to create a 10-year housing and homeless plan, and with no funding. In 2012, the region will implement the province's new integrated accessibility regulations. Developing emergency procedures for our staff with disability is a key focus. And we'll also provide emergency planning information for the community with accessible formats. And as a result of DRT's hard surfacing program, 60% of the 2,800 transit stops are now accessible, with more coming in 2012. Last year, our tourism projects focused on developing the region's creative economy and culinary tourism. At the Tourism Summit in November, we also celebrated the first ever Durham Art of Transition Creative Awards. And to capitalize on Durham's growing popularity as a sports tournament destination and planned new investments at Mossport Raceway, in 2012 we are developing a tourism strategy for sports. And in 2011, through the Durham Economic Development Partnership, the region renewed its commitment to collaborate on economic development with our local area municipalities. The goal is to speak with one voice while promoting all of Durham region. And this year, subject to budget approval, our Economic Development Division will undertake a new 3-year program with the focus on attracting new investments. The plan includes marketing and promoting Durham region in targeted foreign markets to attract foreign investors. While we will continue to work with the Greater Toronto Marketing Association, we will also conduct promotion efforts with a Durham-specific focus. In keeping with the region's agri-food work plan, attracting food processing industries also will be a key task in 2012. Durham's efforts to strengthen our economy through diversity will also continue. We hope your HR staff will join us in March for a learning event in preparing to receive and use the skills of newcomers in our organizations. So with senior governments in a cost-cutting mode and the Drummond report about to be released, hopefully publicly, our municipalities are understandably somewhat anxious. We may experience some turbulence in 2012 with the province, so I would suggest you may want to fasten your seatbelts. With that, Your Worship, I want to thank you for allowing us the opportunity to address you. I always look forward to this. I think this is the 15th time I've addressed Clarington Council, and I've enjoyed every one of them.
Chair Anderson, I suspect there will be a question or two.
I'll be happy to answer them.
That's a prediction from me. Councillor Trail.